Hello, and here we are with the second one today. Molly's joined me. I don't know if you might see her little paw. She's looking out the window at the moment. She can't decide whether to stay here with me and look out the window or go down where my husband is, who has got the very unenviable task this morning of cleaning out a drain. So poor him. But I don't have to get involved, so that's really good. Really good. So this is another 8.5 by 4.5 journal. This time I've done a very soft cover. This is just one of these quilted pieces, sold to me as vintage. I did buy these off somebody, I can't remember just who at the moment, but I did buy it off eBay, not eBay, Etsy. I'll try and remember who it was and put the link below if I can remember. Anyway, it's another full journal. This is what it looks like on the side. Not too many dangles, but I have put one on the back here. This one is just stitched in along the spine, and I've used a vintage cigarette card out of an album for the cover decoration. I've kept that pretty simple. This fabric was too pretty really to cover up too much. Okay, let's just move her along slightly. There you go. Don't growl. Don't be grumpy. Okay, so this one I've used some, you can see I have put a card pocket here, so it just stiffens it up a little bit, but this is really floppy cover. I've used I can't remember what the collection is called, but it's from Stamperia. It's their Asian papers. This is a Tracy Fox label that I've just layered onto here. I've got a little flip out here. This is a vintage, it's from a vintage photograph album. This was gifted to me by Kathleen Sundby. And I've put a Flower Fairy card in there. I've put a few quotes in this one, you'll see here and there. This is a book from, a map reading book from 1939. And again, I've gone back to my Good Housekeeping magazine for some of the vintage ephemera in here. She says, trying to open it quickly, and that's not working. So you can see different advertisements, bits of writing, stuff like that. It's all quite fun to look at. I think this book must have been owned by this lady, Mary Oliver. This is vintage cigarette card, but this is a printable. Okay, I've used an envelope from 1930, something on there, and bits of snippet roll as tabs with buttons. Sorry, I was slightly out of, I was a bit too far down before. I've got some collage pockets and tags, again, either on card or tea stain paper. I think this was from Denise's shop, either Denise's shop or J9 Scraps, and I've just trimmed that with a bit of lace. This is a copy of a photograph of my grandmother, and again, put a quote on there. On this side, I've got a vintage postcard from 1903 and a pocket with another page in it. This is also a little tuck as well, so we could pop something in there if you wanted to. Oh, Molly's just spotted something out the window. There's a bit of Flower Fairy decoupage here and a little bit of ruffle at the top here. On this one, I've popped a playing card in there, and this is a receipt from 1952. This is some Tim Holtz tissue paper. Edith Holden, and I've done some fussy cutting and decoupaged that. On this flip out, I've literally just popped this really pretty image from a book just around the page. I liked the picture very much, and I liked the way it picked up the colours in this children's book page. And on the inside here, This is from a solicitor's letter from 1902. And I put it on the inside rather, originally I had it here, but it's quite wide and it was just catching, so I think it fits better there. This is just a little journal card that I've made from Observer's book page. Another snippet here on some doubled up piano roll paper. This is from that magazine, but I have reinforced the spine with some washi tape. This is an envelope from, when's this from? 1951, and I have split the envelope. And I've just popped that in there. It should have a paper clip on it. On there. I was going to turn that into a little booklet. I might still do that opens out. But this had got really fat. This paper is sort of waxed paper, and this was actually inside the original envelope. So it's quite old, but I don't really know what sort of paper it is or even whether you can write on it. Another fabric snippet there. This is a fabric pocket under this torn page, and I've put a sheet of that ledger paper from the 1920s. And then on this side, this is from the magazine, and it's another of those collage pockets. This is a reproduction photograph of my father and his brother. So this is about 1924 this was taken, and the lady at the front is their mother. So I'm sending them all out into the world, hopefully, if somebody likes this journal. A little bit of fairy collage there. This is from a photograph, like the glassine paper from an old photograph album. I've made a fairy tag for this pocket. This is just a bit of the lace, a bit more of that Tim Holtz paper. This is from that album, and another magazine page in this pocket. This is written on, doesn't say much, does it? It says, "Dear Stanley, love," that says, I think. I'm not sure that is. From Peg or Peggy. And then on this side, I've just used a library card. I've collaged it a little bit, but I've turned it into a pocket, but I haven't put anything in there. This is a bit piano roll snippets. This is the bit of the book. So part of the bit that I cut off. So it was originally done in 1929, reprinted in 1939 by the War Office. Just turn that to a journal card. This is also a little bit of a pocket. This is just a straightforward journal card. Again, I've done a double pocket there, and I've folded this up. This came to me in a bundle of ephemera that I bought from 1900, and it's obviously been torn up at some point, and whoever tore it up decided that they needed to keep it. So they've used bits of, it looks like from a sheet of stamps on the back to stick it all together. So I've just left that, this is embossed a little bit and it says threepence. So I've just left that exactly as it is. I liked it with the colours on this page. It's just a straightforward tag. A bit more flower fairy fussy cutting. This is the other side of, I probably didn't even point that out, this oh I did, this envelope I also split. It was really thick paper, so I've just left that as it is. And in the back pocket I've done a doily just with an Edith Holden page in there. Thought the colours look quite pretty, and a little dangle. And on the back you've got one of my collage snippets and a card. So that's that one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like it, and hopefully, as I say, these books and quite a few others will be in my Etsy shop soon. Thank you.